What's going through your head at that moment as an individual right before the game's about to start?
Rusty always says we must try to change the word of pressure to privilege. Yes, we worked hard and stuff, but it's a privilege to stand there and represent South Africa.
What's been the most surprising part of becoming a father for you?
The little sleep, probably. It's probably the toughest job in the world, but yeah, it's definitely the most rewarding.
Maybe before Eben actually comes up, I thought it would be useful to give you a brief overview to say why Eben is here with us, other than he thinks we're super lacquer. So hopefully some of you know, Eben's obviously part of a club called the Rugby Centurions, which is an elite group of players, obviously who've all played 100 test caps, but are working from a charity perspective to kind of give back to the community, and specifically to give back to the wider rugby community. We've obviously partnered with the Rugby Centurions because it allows us to get kind of involved in these sorts of initiatives, but also I think because these are people who have done incredible things for not only their sport, but for South Africa as a whole. And the fact that they are just these elite performers obviously is something that attracts us to the partnership. But giving back to the community, giving back to the sport with the guys, I think is something that really is fantastic. And being able to kind of channel their influence into this mechanism of giving back to social causes has been, it's been really, really enjoyable. So I hope if it's something that interests you guys at all, please reach out, please talk to us. It's something that I think they're doing an incredible job with, and something that we're super, super happy to be involved in. So with that, Eben, can I ask you to come up and join me? Thank you very much. Okay, right. So I've got to do the standard introduction. I love doing these because everyone's like, we don't need to introduce him. We know who he is. But Eben Etzebeth has earned 141 caps for South Africa. He is the most capped Springbok ever and is one of the most formidable rugby players in rugby history, I think. However, he's not only known for his physicality on the field, but he is also known for his ability to create viral YouTube videos under the well-known pseudonym Etzebeth. I thought that was going to get a better laugh. I'm sorry, guys. Shit. Anyways, Eben, I suppose before we kick off, just very quickly from you, being a Centurion, being part of the Centurions Club, maybe you can just kind of give us, in your words, what it's been like to be part of and what you guys are doing on the ground in terms of grassroots rugby.
Hello everyone. Nice to be here. I think, first of all, being part of Centurion Club is unbelievable. I think I remember the Sunday after I played my 100th game against Wales, being added to the WhatsApp group called Springbok Centurions, and there was his names: John Smith, Victor Matfield, Brian, John de Villiers, Percy, the Beast, and now you're part of that club. So yeah, what a unbelievable honor for me. Obviously, Willie and Sia also joined recently, which are two of my good mates, so it's good to have some younger guys with me in there as well. But no, it's great to be a part of. I think we're trying to just give back. I mean, we've been in the game for a long time, and we actually owe the game so much for what it's done for me personally in my life, my family, and I'm sure of the other Centurions as well. So yeah, it's just a big honor. Like I say, we always say just representing South Africa for a single test match is special, and going on to do it 100 times, it's difficult to describe.
Awesome. Maybe we can go back and just to the start of that career. As a 21-year-old player coming into the Springbok change room for the first time, playing with guys like Victor, Bucky's, playing against people like the All Blacks, was there a moment where it hit you that international rugby is a different beast to what you'd come through up till that point?
Yeah, I must say I was lucky enough to be involved or start with a Stormers team that was quite experienced. I mean, we had Brian Abana, John de Villiers, Andries Becker, Dwayne Skalk, all those guys there. So they always prepare you for what's to come. And then when that first test match came against England, it was obviously a step up. But I just feel like I was brought in so nicely with those older guys and seeing how they operate, how professional they are, what they do to prepare for games. By the time I got selected for the box, I was already in the system for a couple of months and I knew what to expect. So I must say credit to those senior guys who almost like faded us into the system, guys like me and Sia and Frans Malherbe and all those guys.
And then maybe following on from that now, so like when a new guy joins the camp for the first time, what do senior people like yourself, Sia, etc., want? What value set or what level of standards and expectations do you want those guys to feel when they come in for the first time now?
Yeah, well, the environment has obviously changed over the years. We all were there in 2016 to 2017 were fans, hated the box, and they wanted to burn jerseys. And now, I mean, people talk about, they say, thank you for what you do for the country on weekends. So it did change over the years. And we just try to tell young guys, like, it's not when you become a Bok, this winning feeling is going to last forever, because you go through cycles and sometimes you go on a bit of a downward curve, and hopefully that won't happen again very soon. But we just tell guys, listen, as soon as you get a bit windgat or you start thinking that you can just rock up and the victories will come, that's probably where you'll start losing. So what we're trying to tell them is just keep on working hard, just keep on giving it your all, make the jersey special, because the day you stop doing that, then the results will still come, but the trophies will become a bit less, the victories will become a bit less, and then we'll just be another nation. And right now, we, with our coaching staff, Rassi and Felix and all those guys, they always take us, or try to every year, like, do something different to help us improve every year, because we are at the top currently, but we know everyone is chasing and they're trying to catch us, and if we just do what we did last year and the year before, we will stagnate a bit and we won't become better. So, yeah, it's up to each individual joining to keep on trying to become better.
I mean, you've spoken about it now, but in previous interviews as well, that when you joined the Springbok setup for the first couple of years, culture wasn't quite where it needed to be. Player discipline wasn't necessarily where it needed to be. Obviously, that seems to, I mean, culture is one of the key strengths under the kind of Rassi, Jacques, Sia, yourself era. What, in your view, has made that the kind of additional superpower? What are the things that make great culture in that team for you?
Yeah, we just said from the start, like, what makes a great culture is probably winning. If you start winning, it basically takes care of everything. And that's what Rassi's main message was the first time he got to the box, is you just win on Saturdays. That's the main thing. Like, he doesn't care how you look, how you act during the week. As long as you can perform on a weekend, that's what he wants. That's for us the main thing, not how nice you look on social media or how nice you are with the fans. It's first start winning, because then the rest will all follow. You will start getting a good culture. The fans will start loving you more. The sponsors will become better. Your social media will become better. So that was for us always the main focus, just to start winning, and the rest will take care of itself. And in 2018, Rassi's big goal was to win that game in New Zealand. And we did that, and I think that's where the belief also started from people in South Africa, like, start believing that this team maybe can go on and win a World Cup. And once you have the backing of the whole of South Africa and the media and all those people, then the belief just starts growing and growing, and you become just more powerful within the squad.
I mean, somewhat related to that, but outside of the headline guys, so the Rassis, the Sias, the Jacques, who in your career has had, or particularly as a teammate, has had the most impact on your personal growth outside of those headline name people?
Yeah, I would say in the Springbok environment, currently, I think a guy like Felix Jones, he really drives standards. Like, there's just no, you can't be, there's doesn't go a day by that you can just be average and you can't give your best. Like, every walkthrough we do, like, the passing needs to be spot on. Like, he just drives standards the whole time. And I think in the past, a guy like Andries Becker, when I started the Stormers, him and his dad was big mentors for me growing up and becoming a better player. And then always my mom, my dad, and my brother, they were there from day one. And what they've done for me, without them, I wouldn't have been sitting here right now. then obviously now the last couple of years, meeting my wife and my two beautiful daughters. I mean, they now the reason why I go on, and we always say you need to find your why, and they're my why, and why I want to keep on trying to perform and be in that group to make them proud and obviously give them a good life as well.
As a dad, what's been the most surprising part of becoming a father for you?
The little sleep, probably. No, it's hard work. I think people try to prepare you, but I don't think you've got an idea. You've actually got more respect for your parents, what they went through. But it's unbelievable. It's probably the toughest job in the world, but yeah, it's definitely the most rewarding, and yeah, it's unbelievable. I sometimes, obviously, I go to work and training, and my wife is with the kids 24/7, and yeah, you just get so much respect for your wife, for what they do and how much they work, and it's honestly, yeah, I don't think there's a tougher job than being a mom who stays at home and look after the kids.
I mean, and that from a man who runs into like 200 kilos of human beings for a living. No, that's fair enough. I mean, speaking of that, you've obviously played against some monstrous oaks. I think they respect you as being a monstrous oak, but is there any one or two players from an opposition perspective that you've just always felt that person brings the best out of you? You've loved playing against them. You've loved the challenge of engaging with them on a pitch.
Yeah, I think I get this question a lot. Your toughest opponent, I would probably say a guy like Maanonu. He's probably the guy who's tackled me the hardest in the game, and he was a centre. But yeah, he was a machine. And then if you look at locks, I think playing against Brodie Retallick for a couple of years, I think we always looked forward to playing against each other. I see Dave Rennie is talking about bringing him back, so it will be great to face him again. If you talk about playing purely about stature, I mean, you can't throw away a guy like Will Skelton, who weighs 145 kgs and over 2 meters tall. He's massive, and when he plays for Australia, it makes a big difference to their pack. So, yeah, probably two locks currently that I need to single out.
Okay. And on post, when the whistle goes, like it seems, I mean, particularly the Springboks and the All Blacks, looks like you guys have, I mean, and obviously we can't really see this, but it looks like you have an incredible relationship, for lack of a better word, in that you respect each other, but it seems you enjoy each other's company. I mean, is that an accurate reflection of kind of how it feels to play against a team like them?
Yeah, I would say it's mutual respect. I think from the history all the way back to 95, I mean, Test going back 100 years, it's always been when you speak to them, when I was at Toulon, you speak to New Zealand guys, they always say going to South Africa and playing the Springboks is their best challenge in life on the rugby pitch, and we feel the same, facing the Haka. So it's mutual respect. Obviously, the greatest rivalry tour coming up this year, playing them 4 times, it's going to be incredible. All Blacks facing our franchises as well. Already the guys who plays for the Sharks talking about that game. I mean, they might never get a test for the Boks, but now they get opportunity to face the All Blacks. So, yeah, just respect. I think they go about their business the same as we do. They love the game. They respect. They're good losers. They're good winners. And they're just good people off the field who enjoy the game, who it's almost like a religion in their country as well, rugby. Yeah, I think that's why so many things in common. That's why we get along so well. Obviously not the 80 minutes on the pitch, but yeah, afterwards.
So, I mean, to that point, you've made the statement previously that kind of something changes in you when you cross that white line for that 80-minute period. What is the difference? Because I mean, like here you seem to be very relaxed human being, but on the pitch you are the enforcer. You play that role, and you play that role incredibly well. Like, how do you get yourself into that position to be able to do that?
Yeah, it's weird because we always say you can't judge a guy on the field because obviously there's so many other guys in other teams I also dislike a lot, and I'm sure when they look at us, they probably dislike me and a few other guys as well. But I just think you go into different. You go into that. We're also competitive. I mean, we play this game at the most elite level, and we get there by being ruthless and by being competitive. And once you step onto the field for that 80 minutes, that's your time to shine. That's your board meeting. That's your your time to show your personality and how ruthless you can be. And obviously, once you're off the pitch, then it's all good and you're back to a normal person. So yeah, I think some guys it's different. For me, on a game day, I'm quite serious and don't like too many sideshows. And then you get guys, a guy like, Damien De Allende, he's, in my opinion, the best centre in the world, but he will, on the way to a game, be on his phone and play games on his phone. Like I said, like each guy is different. You get the serious guys on match day, and you just get the guy who just goes on with it, but still one of the best players in the world. So, each guy's got his own thing. But yeah, once in that 80 minutes, you can see everyone at the box. They just become different humans.
In the tunnel, we talk about pressure and we talk about kind of nerves, etc., and everyone here has experienced it, but in their lives personally. But obviously, in that moment, just before you're going out, let's talk World Cup final or a knockout match or something significant. What's going through your head at that moment as an individual right before the game's about to start?
Yeah, it's Russia always says we must try to change the word of pressure to privilege, because we worked hard and stuff, but it's a privilege to stand there and represent South Africa. We shouldn't feel it as this pressure thing where you go onto the field and your legs become numb and you just, because the pressure is just too much, it's getting to you. So we always see it as a privilege, being in a World Cup final, just wearing the green and gold once. It's an unbelievable privilege. And there's so many people back home that's proud of you and who you represent, and they want to see you go out there and enjoy yourself and express yourself and be good at what you do and not be this guy who looks like he's under pressure and he just, when the big moments come, he can't take it. So I think the coaches try and take that pressure off us by saying, listen, just do your job. We did all the work in a week. We did all the preparation. We gave you the plan. Now it's just up to you to go and be privileged on the field and just live out yourself. So I think we try to always take the word pressure out and replace it with we're privileged to do this.
And on the pitch, when something's going slightly against what there's the plan and this is what we're going to execute, and if things aren't going the way you want to, how do you as a group, particularly from a senior leader perspective, you, Sia, etc., how do you guys get the team to pivot, to reassess and kind of pull themselves back together? And you've had so many games where it's down to the wire, but just somehow you Oaks have managed to drag it across the line time and time again. What's the secret element to that, or how do you get that out of the players?
Yeah, look, it doesn't always go away. We lost to Australia last year. We were up 22-0 and we just couldn't put the game to bed and lost the game, and also got some massive slack in the media. And then we bowled back, and the latter part of the year was very successful. I just think sometimes it's just up to a player, a big moment player who comes up. Like a guy like Andre Pollard in the World Cup. Kicking those penalty goals in the quarter, semi, and final to give us the victory. Obviously, there's many other moving parts as well. And the other one is, I think, the experience. I think we're a group that's been together for a long time. We've been in all situations, in front, behind, World Cup finals. So we know how to handle situations, and I definitely think that helps as well in big moments, like guys who doesn't get big eyes and see what we're going to do next. We all know this is the plan, and if we execute it, the chances that we're going to win are pretty good.
We've spoken about, obviously, the Greatest Rivals Tour, and these Oaks will lynch me if I don't ask the question, but kind of what can we expect from the Springboks over the next 12 months? And I think very importantly, what does it look like? There's obviously some really talented young guys coming through the ranks. How does one bring them into that mix? Rusty's built such an incredible depth in the team. I think that's one of the defining things of his tenure so far, has just been the development of depth. But what can we expect from the Boks in the next 12 months?
Yeah, that's a question I probably can't answer. I think Russ is more entitled to do that. But if my opinion, we're 1 year out from a World Cup, so I think it will be this year to look. We always go out every game to to win the test match. That's number one priority. While doing that, we try to experiment and give a young guy a chance. So I think this year is for Rassie to find out who's his best 33 players to go to the World Cup next year. And by doing that, he'll give young guys opportunity against certain teams. So I think that's probably the main goal, like staying consistent, successful in our victories, but also building a squad, looking at the World Cup next year. And because I don't think they currently know who's the best 33, because there's so many young guys coming through. There's so many guys who played well last year. I think there was 50 guys who got Springbok caps last year. So to take that 50 to 33 plus some young guys who was at the alignment camp, it's a tough job. So I think that's the plan this year, to see, who is the right 33 guys.
Okay, got you. And I mean, in terms of the World Cup next year, who do you think currently, because I mean the Six Nations obviously has been a very entertaining Six Nations because there's been all sorts of things happening, but who do you think are the particular threats that you guys are always cautious of going into a tournament like that?
Yeah, well, the way Italy and Scotland is going, they're looking like a massive threat. No, it's amazing that actually the Six Nations is so great at the moment to see the competitiveness. I think people at home, they're surprised when Italy beats bigger teams. But we played them last year 3 times, and we could just see something is busy happening there. They've got some world-class players. I think their inside centre is one of the best centres, along with Damien, in the world. Some great backer forwards. Scotland, we all know they've got Finn Russell, and they've got great players around him as well. I mean, but you can't look past the normal teams like France, Ireland, England. It just feels like when it comes to a World Cup, it just changes, and all those big teams, they rise to the top. New Zealand and Australia, I think Australia will be great next year, World Cup in their home, in their backyard. So yeah, so many teams that can do well. And yeah, we hope that we can go on and do it again, well, hopefully. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of teams who wants it. And yeah, we're going to have to see.
Well, I'm going to leave it there, but we wish you good luck for the next 12 months. And thank you just so much for joining us. Like, it's been super awesome to have you here. So thank you very much. Big round of applause for Eben, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.